Sarajevo Airport, the heart of the war in Bosnia-Herzegovina. Getting here used to be easy. Thousands flew in for the 1984 Winter Olympics. Today it's not so easy. With Sarajevo ringed by Serbian forces, the only way in is a long, tortuous journey through the mountains. The rough tracks take the toll on the trucks, with regular stops for repairs. The next morning, after 20 hours on the road, the convoy climbs the last hill to within a few miles of Sarajevo. Troops are the only guests in the hotels built for the '84 Olympics, high above the Bosnian capital. There's an air of phony war about the place. This major, a Bosnian Croat known as the Shadow, once served in the Yugoslav army. Now he's joined Bosnian Muslims to fight the Serbian forces besieging his hometown. Not far away there's a clear view across Sarajevo's outer suburbs to the airport. Beyond that lies the besieged suburb of Dobrinja and the tower blocks of the town centre. An hour's walk along a secret mountain path too small for vehicles lies Krasnica on the outskirts of Sarajevo. Even here, where some supplies are carried in, there are serious food shortages with long queues for bread when the shooting stops. All of us with families, we're all in a very bad position. There are 6 in my family. I have to find food for all of them.
These people don't have food, no milk for children, no chocolate, no nothing. Serbs have only, army have only, these people does not have nothing. Look at the children.
Butmir lies still closer to Sarajevo, across a rickety bridge where Serbian snipers have already killed 3 people. Through the shattered buildings lies the focus of international attention, the airport itself. These buildings also mark the limit of territory held by the Muslim and Croatian forces. They can approach with care to within a few hundred yards of the runway, but no further. The airport is in Serbian territory. Serbian vehicles use it as a bypass to avoid the main road through Dobrinja on the other side of the runway. Dobrinja itself is cut off and regularly bombarded. The Serbs are constantly firing into Dobrinja to interfere. They want to make it look as if the Bosnian defense forces are attacking the airport. Last week, as United Nations peacekeeping forces moved into the airport, they found they were effectively patrolling the front line of the war. Muslim and Croat forces watched the UN trying to secure the runway, to open it for relief supplies to come in. But the Serbian forces remained defiant, simply operating around the UN troops. As the ceasefire crumbled under Serbian artillery barrages, it's clear the Serbs are not going to release the grip on Sarajevo airport, not without a fight. And it's the only hope for bringing food to more than 300,000 starving people. For Sarajevo's families, surviving on little more than nettle soup, the success or failure of the UN's mission is crucial. After 2 months under siege, with Serb forces controlling all road routes into the Bosnian capital, an airlift was their only hope of avoiding starvation. The Bosnian-Herzegovinian forces have little faith in the UN troops and their ability to even up the odds in this unequal war. We can't wait forever like this. We don't think the UN's plans can succeed. Frankly, we're disappointed with them. They should have put a stop to this. And if it's not possible, the people should have been told the UN can't do it. I don't believe the UN can do anything here. We're not talking about the regular armies of 2 countries. These are all informal groups, some of which are fighting for their own objectives, like bands of marauding thieves. They're not interested in peace. Back at Sarajevo airport, there's certainly little interest in peace as the ceasefire collapses. After a few hours, the UN forces have had enough and pull out. With so much fighting going on, there isn't much work for peacekeepers. Once they're gone, Serbian forces quickly re-establish themselves along the runway and the fighting intensifies. Months of such fighting has now destroyed thousands of homes in and around the Bosnian capital. Quiet rural neighborhoods have been transformed into scarred battlegrounds, where residents scurry between houses and develop an instinctive fear of being in open spaces. The fighting has shattered people as well as homes, leaving a sincere but vague wish for someone to restore peace.
United Nations are peaceful, but we need somebody who's going to make peace here, not to keep peace. We need over here somebody who's going to make the peace over here and live in the peace. We have to live together again. That's the reason we need help from the United Nations or NATO or European community or from somebody who's gonna make peace here.
Meanwhile, the pounding of the besieged suburb of Dobrinja goes on relentlessly. The Bosnian forces have few heavy weapons and can do little against the Serb artillery and mortars ranged against them from the airport and surrounding hills. With the UN decision to abandon the airport, Sarajevo's Bosnian people fear for their lives. Already the Serbs have captured over 60% of Bosnia-Herzegovina. Forced to huddle in doorways, people worry this vicious war has a long way to go. Unless the international community enters Bosnia more forcefully, they worry their country will soon be in Serb hands. But many Bosnians argue the only solution has to be a peaceful settlement.
We can't live one without others. Because population of Bosnia and Herzegovina is mixed of the three nations. We have to again and still live together.
Many here now insist Sarajevo's skies will only clear when a new international force arrives, this time equipped to enforce a truce. For the world, that is a dangerous precedent few wish to set. The Balkans have a history of brutality among themselves. In the past, it took the iron fist of communism to weld Yugoslavia's divided people together. Without a replacement, it seems more and more unlikely the historical divides here can be bridged, and with more than 70,000 already dead in this war, the hatred between the factions grows each day.